Shri Yantra has 9 avarnas and 9 layers. Avarnas means layers, basically. And you can go from the Bindu to the right at the square, or square represents our lives here right now, or from the square to the Bindu. So square to the Bindu is how the Khadgamalas are worshipped, where you are here in this square, which represents, earth plane, and then you keep going layer by layer, higher and higher and higher, and meet the Shiva and Shakti right at the Bindu. So that's what Shri Yantra represents. And, it comes through a lot of practice, but more so, I think, devotion, surrender, samarpan. When you start to samarpan and just let yourself be, these yoginis and chakreshwaris start to show you. They start to show, what is stopping you, what is your problem, and why are you getting stuck, and where you're getting stuck, and you start progress. They hold your hand, and they show you how to cross over and move forward. And that is the beauty of Sri Chakra. It literally, there's no hidden, everything will appear to you. Where you are, you will know exactly where you are. Because it's like crossing an ocean, but step by step you keep going, you keep taking, steps, and you'll keep knowing where you are and how you have to go forward. So there is, you get initiated. The Bindu, now Bindu is this. This is all drawings done by Guruji Amritananda, and it represents our bodies. Actually, the whole Shri Yantra is our body. And it shows where, the Bindu is where sun and the moon, and the whole Ida and Pingla and Sushumna, the body of union of Shiva and Shakti is all there. So, it is a point. It's called Navam Avarna, where it's a dimensionless point, where Shiva and Shakti are one. So basically, before the universe was created, there was nothing, absolutely nothing. And there was it is said that Shiva, which is nothing, looked into a mirror and saw his reflection. That reflection is Shakti. That is the creation, that is the spandana that happened. He looked at it and wow, and that Shakti was like creative force. That I am going to, that was his wish to create the universe is his Shakti. His power to create the universe is his Shakti. That is what it represents. And so the Bindu is like the spuratta, the spread of cosmic flow. The beginning of the universe starts, from the Bindu, and it goes down to the triangle. And this triangle represents, so as soon as there's this vibration, the Shakti he's looked into the mirror, and the Shakti has appeared, and she wants to create. Now she wants to create because women are the creator. That's why they're called Shaktis, because Shakti object and process of observation. That's what the main thing about the triads is, the subject, object, and process of observation. That's what if you are there, I am here, and I'm looking at you, there's a subject and object, and the relationship between the two is a triad between us. So that's when the creation happens with that, right? So that's Devi's Agnya Chakra, basically. And it's the 8th Avarna. 9th Avarna was the Bindu, and the 8th Avarna is the triangle. So there is representing all three, like Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, and subject, object, or seer, seeing, and process of seeing, basically. And then this is like, we have given a form, we have given a shape to the Divine Mother. There is really no shape, right? She is everything, everywhere, all the time. So, but we have made her form to represent how we can understand it better. That's all it is. So her ayudhas, which are what she holds in her hand, is, she holds a sugarcane bow, which represents our mind, because our mind is like, sweet. So she controls that. And then there is this Dhanusha and Bana. Banas represent our 5 senses, and Dhanusha is our, controlling the 5 senses. And Pasha and Ankusha is how she keeps you attracted to her, but still let you work. So it's always like when I said surrender, it is literally, you are let her play happen. You're not the instrument. You are her instrument now. You're not. It's not your will, or it's her will, her divine will that is happening through you. That's her Pasha and Ankusha. She keeps you in control. So and then and there are the Nitya Devi is very complicated. Is all around that as well. Triads. So then happens the 8 after the triads. There's 8 triangles. And this 8 triangles is actually this vibration has started happening. The universe is created now from the Bindu to triangle, subject, object, and process of seeing, Shiva, Shakti, and their observation of each other has created vibration. And now this vibration is coming as sound. They're sound vibrations. So this represents the sound vibration of all our Aksharmalas, where the world is now beginning to be created. So, all our Aksharmalas are in each one, each Chakreshwari and Yogini is symbolizing the Aksharmala, basically. Ka, kha, ga, ga, na, ta, ta, da, na, pa, 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 ma. Each one is representation of those sounds. So the world is being created in sound form, sound vibration. And time, space, and causality, all of that has beginning to, still the universe is being created. We are not even present in this. Up till now, it's only happening in the cosmic level. And then comes the 10 triangles. The 10 triangles, first, they are, the Shakti wants to express herself as many, right? We saw that. She wants to express herself as many. She is the creative force, the womb of the mother who wants to have many children. Each one of us, is her creation. So this is, but that comes later. She is actually first going to create the universe itself. So now she started to create the universe. So this represents, sixth avarna is the 5 element and its 5 properties. So 5 elements are what? Earth, water, fire, air, space, right? And its 5 properties are sound, touch, taste, smell, sight. So those are the 5 properties that these Matrakas represent here. Yoginis represent here. So we haven't come to the Matrakas yet, but it's still the cosmos is being created. And once the cosmos is created, the next triangle is also 10 triangles. Okay, so here I'm just showing you the ether, air, fire, water, earth, and it's sound, touch, vision, taste, smell. Now the next triangle, 10 triangles, also now it's becoming closer to us. Now, up till it was the universe. Now she wants to create us. So she has to, the 5 senses are given. 5 senses of ear, skin, eyes, tongue, nose, all of that has been given to create human beings. And then how these are the actions of ear is the speech. We are given the speech. And skin is we can feel the touch and giving and receiving. It's through the skin. Eyes are, through the walking is our action. And tongue is connected to our procreation. And nose is excretion. So basically our bodies are being formed here. So bodies of the human is being formed in this 10 triangles that are shown here. And each one has a, mudra, each one has this. There's a very complicated way to go through this. But I'm just explaining the basics so we can reach the Matrakas. And so here now we are becoming now. And then comes this here, because I'm an Ayurvedic practitioner, so I look at everything that represents many stuff. But here, there are 72,000 nadis. And it's all at the etheric, it doesn't show in our body 72,000 nadis, but they are in our subtle body. So, and the channels that exist in us, and chakras, and all of that. So these are representation of the 14 main nadis. And those 14 main nadis, the 3 are the main, which are Ida, Pingla, and Sushumna. You might all know, if you are you've done yoga, you will know Ida, Pingla, Shukam, Sushumna. Those are the 3 main. And then there are others, which are Ida, Pingla, Alambusa, which supplies energy to the organs of elimination. So it goes from the nabi to the kidney and anus and base of spine. So the lower chakras, Alambusa is, and Kuhu supplies energy to the genitals. So it's from Manipura navel to Swadhisthana chakra. and Vishvodhara, energy to the digestive system, which is from Mooladhara to Manipura, so down to up, and Anahata, so comes to the heart. So Hasti Jiva, energy to the left limb, Mooladhara to Manipura. So these are the descriptions of where these, all of these nadis are. So it's very complicated, but as you chant it, you're invoking these. You're actually purifying. Up till now, all of this, you're just invoking all of this into you. As you're understanding also, it's getting invoked into you. So yeah, these are energies of the limbs and energy of the circulatory system, energy of your throat and mouth. Gandhari is for your eyes. If you've heard of Gandhari, who used to put in Mahabharata, eyes are, so it's connected to eyes. Pusha, most of these are also representation in other text. These names will come up as something else also. Pusha is your left eye and right eye. So Shumna and Prana and Kumbha. So these are our representation. And now, our subtle bodies are formed. All of this up till now, our subtle bodies are formed. And then we are going to these petals. Petals are 8-petal lotus gives us, the gifts to rise above, because all of the triangles are still in consciousness, like it's in the subtle body and a universal body. And to reach there, we have to go through the 8-petal lotus. So the Yoginis gives us the gift, our connection, so that we can easily go and connect to our subtle body. And then we are going to the 16 petals, which represents how in this world we should function. So these are all Chakreshwari, all of them each represents a Yogini and a Chakreshwari. So each one is a power that you imbibe, you get. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, everything they help you overcome. And then comes the Bhupura. So Bhupura is where Matrakas are residing. So finally, I come to this. From the creation, we have come all the way down to the earth plane. And earth plane is where we have all our problems, right? All our issues are because we are living here, experiencing everything. So everything comes, we experience it. Whatever is in our mind, in our body, we experience it. So these yoginis help us overcome that. So Matrikas are, the first ones are siddhis. The first line, Bhupura, is these 4 lines. Right here, if you see the lines, there are 3 lines in the square. The first line is all your gift, all your siddhis. So the siddhi to become small, which means humble. Siddhi to become big, which means, you can reach your highest whatever you want. So you get a lot of gift siddhis in the first line. The second line is the Matrikas. You see Brahmani, Maheshwari, Kaumari, Vaishnavi, then Varahi is at the corner, Mahendri is at that corner, Chamunda is that corner, and Mahalakshmi. So they are actually 8 Matrikas. Mahalakshmi is the overarching, who is just loving, kind, and generosity. But the other 7 are the ones who actually, how can you go up? How can you go up if you're holding on to all your greed and lust and passion? And you need to have your clear system to rise up higher to higher levels. So they help you to clarify. These are the Ugra Devatas who help clear and cleanse us, basically. And that's what is in the second. And how to communicate with them is in the third line. So the third line is actually Mudra Shaktis. So Mudra Shaktis is, if you see on top, there is Dram, Dream, Kleem, Bloom, Saha. So there is subtle communication that you start to have with these Matrikas. And this communication percolates. It's like you just do the mudra. How can it solve your problems by just doing mudra to Brahmani, Dram, like that? But, I used to wonder, how does it help? How a mudra can help communicate? But it's like, you're having you call someone, hey, you come here. I want to talk to you, right? Like your eyes and gesture is there. That's what is mudra. You're literally having a communication with them. You're opening them up. Basically, you're opening your will to their will so that you can have interaction with them. So these gifts start to come as you do the Khadgamala chant. So this all shows up in the Khadgamala chant.